Dating lessons you can learn from the movie Pretty Woman. If there's one thing single people do the best, it's to give relationship advice. So if you have clicked on this video, I'm sure you have watched the movie Pretty Woman. However, let me just refresh the memory for you. Pretty Woman is one of the classics in the rom-com world. It's essentially a non-fantastical Cinderella movie where Cinderella is a prostitute and the prince is a hotshot eligible bachelor.
Finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. I'm looking for a man.
They meet, things happen, big bang, love story. Now let's get to the lessons. Lesson number 1. Self-respect is about how you act and treat yourself in relation to your values and principles. It's demonstrated through your actions and boundaries you set. Self-worth is about your intrinsic value as a person and internal sense of being valuable and worthy, regardless of external circumstances. Now, in the movie, Vivian has demonstrated both self-respect and self-worth exceptionally well throughout. What is exceptional is how drastically different her current reality was reflecting that to her, even before meeting Edward. She's a prostitute with no money, trying to find a way out of that life. And even in that, her sense of self-worth and respect was consistent. She makes her own rules for who, when, where, and how much for. Even in her work, her boundaries with preserving acts such as not kissing on the lips, and how her profession doesn't give anyone the authority to treat her any less than a human. This was demonstrated in rather disturbing format by Edward's lawyer as an attempted rape on her. All in all, both the concepts highlighted in the movie teaches us to enter the dating world with a clear sense of boundaries and what you are looking for. Never with the energy of lack or desperation. Lesson number 2. Vivian's appreciation of small gestures that made her feel good was vocal throughout the movie, such as Edward's gentlemanly behavior of opening the doors. Appreciation inspired such actions further and sets the standards for how you want to be treated in future. Which leads us to point number 3. Now, no one is born with a set of standards they feel are acceptable. It is inherited in us through our upbringings. If there lies any trauma, it will be reflected in what you are accepting in your relationships. Heal and learn about it through life. In the movie, this is reflected in Vivian's past, as how she used to feel attracted to bumps, and the third bump led her to the life she's living currently, which wasn't very good, obviously. However, she learned from it, and she had a standard set in place by the time she met Edward. She knew if she was here for love, this is what she demands, and this is what she finds acceptable. If he can't give her that, she will walk away. This brings me to lesson number 4. While other women in Edward's past accepted the toxic pattern that came with him, it was in the form of house, kids, pets, and separation. For Vivian, it was highly offensive because it was the presence that mattered to her and not the condo and means that came with Edward. And it was in that moment that it became transactional and made her feel more like a prostitute. Her decision to let go of this connection when faced with such toxicity was firm. That is what made her further come across as a person of character. And so, the lesson to take is of that of letting go. Number 5. Vivian, despite her circumstances, maintained her autonomy and self-direction. She had her dreams and goals that were there even before she got in contact with the guy. She wasn't waiting for anyone to come and rescue her. There was no narrative of damsel in distress. Heck, even when the agreement ended, she had exactly the plans that needs execution. Getting a job and getting her education. Have life outside of relationships. Don't make a man center of your world. Have hobbies. dreams and goals and ambition. Number 6. Pretty Women offers a classic narrative to understand femininity and masculinity. Vivian, with her, brought colors to the life of Edward. She brought emotional support, listened attentively, validated his feelings, and offered comforting words or a shoulder to lean on. She brought both her attention and her affection with her. She respected him and made him feel seen with his efforts to success. She is the one who led him to find the balance to not be workaholic and sleepless on his life. She influenced him in choosing to work with Mr. Morse to save his company instead of dismantling it. Edward, on the other hand, made Vivian's life easier by providing means with his wealth and protection with his actions, such as the iconic shopping spree begged or the necessary purchase at the time of attempted rape. Lesson number 7. What brings about a successful love dynamic was this balance of mutual respect and reliance Edward and Vivian developed. The bond was not based on only the sexual involvements like Stucky, Edward's lawyer, judged for a prostitute and a wealthy man to have, but a positive impact they had in each other's life. There were moments of connection with communication of dreams and hopes, pasts and fears. It's what builds a relationship, having that mutual respect for each other. There you have it, a closer look at love and dating standards you can learn from the movie Pretty Women. Now, it's a story that teaches us about self-acceptance, love, respect, and importance of setting boundaries. So next time you watch this classic, keep the lessons in mind. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.